While you were watching Nvidia drop 10% from its highs, while Microsoft was plunging 22% from its all-time high, while Palantir crashed 11% in a single day, one ETF was quietly climbing to a record high. And it's not some exotic leveraged fund. It's not a brand new AI play. It's the ETF that the internet spent the last 3 years calling dead. SCHD is up 8.5% in 2026 so far. The S&P 500, up barely 1%. The NASDAQ 100, basically flat. The boring dividend ETF that everyone mocked is now beating everything. And here's the thing most people still don't understand. This isn't luck. This isn't a fluke. There's a very specific reason SCHD is thriving right now, and once you see it, you'll understand why this could be just the beginning. Quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. Let me take you back to 2022 for a second. The S&P 500 got absolutely crushed that year, down over 18%. Tech stocks were in free fall. Growth investors were panicking. But SCHD, it dropped just 3.23%. That's it. While the broader market was bleeding out, this fund barely flinched. And that wasn't a coincidence, it was by design. See, SCHD tracks the Dow Jones US Dividend 100 Index. It doesn't chase hype. It doesn't pile into whatever the hot sector is. Instead, it screens for companies with at least 10 consecutive years of dividend payments. Then ranks them by cash flow to total debt, return on equity, dividend yield, and 5-year dividend growth rate. Only the top 100 make the cut. It's essentially a quality filter disguised as a dividend fund, and right now, that filter is paying off in a massive way. Think about it this way. For the last 3 years, every financial influencer on the internet was saying the same thing: SCHD is dead money. It only returned 4% in 2023. 11% in 2024. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 was on a historic tear. 3 consecutive years of double-digit gains. Tech stocks were minting millionaires. Nobody wanted to hear about boring dividend payers. But markets are cyclical. They always are. And what went up the fastest is now coming down the hardest. Here's what's actually happening in the market. Investors are rotating hard out of technology and into value. The Magnificent 7 stocks that drove almost every dollar of S&P 500 returns over the past 3 years? They're stumbling. Palantir, which was trading at over 100 times forward sales, just saw its stock get hammered. Software companies like ServiceNow, Intuit, and Salesforce have all corrected significantly. The AI hype that lifted everything in 2023 and 2024 is finally meeting gravity in 2026. And when growth stocks fall, investors don't just sit in cash, they rotate. They move money into companies that generate real earnings, pay real dividends, and trade at reasonable valuations. That's exactly the kind of company SCHD is built to hold. Let's look at what's actually inside this fund right now. As of early February 2026, SCHD holds about 102 stocks, with roughly $79 billion in net assets. The expense ratio is just 0.06%. You're paying $6 per year for every $10,000 invested. That's essentially nothing. The top 10 holdings account for about 41% of the fund. And when you look at the names, Bristol-Myers Squibb at 4.2%, Merck at 4.1%, ConocoPhillips at 4.1%, Lockheed Martin at 4%, Chevron at 4%. Then you've got Verizon, AbbVie, Cisco, Coca-Cola, and Altria rounding out the top 10. Now here's what makes this composition so interesting for this particular moment. Look at the sector breakdown. Energy makes up about 20% of the fund. Consumer defensive stocks, things like Coca-Cola and PepsiCo, account for roughly 18.5%. Healthcare is at 16%. Industrials at about 11%. And technology? Under 10% of the entire fund. That sector mix is the exact opposite of what's inside the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. And right now, that's working in SCHD's favor. Let me show you why with a story. Harry invested $10,000 in SCHD back in April of 2025. when the fund was sitting at about $23.20 per share. Everyone told him he was crazy. Tech was booming. AI stocks were making people rich overnight. Why would you buy a boring dividend fund? Well, between April 2025 and early February 2026, SCHD climbed to around $31. In that specific window, a $10,000 investment would have grown to roughly $13,300, about a 33% gain. Plus dividends collected along the way at a yield of approximately 3.6%. Now, that was one specific period, and past performance does not guarantee future results. But it illustrates what can happen when a value rotation kicks in. Not too shabby for the dead ETF. But here's the part that most people aren't talking about yet, and I think this is the most important piece of the entire puzzle. SCHD's energy exposure is actually a strategic advantage right now. Energy stocks make up about 20% of the fund, including names like Chevron, ConocoPhillips, and EOG Resources. These companies are generating enormous cash flows. Crude oil prices have been climbing with geopolitical tensions rising in the Middle East. The State Street Energy Select Sector ETF has jumped roughly 40% from its April lows. And because SCHD has such heavy energy weighting, it's riding that wave in a way that the tech-heavy S&P 500 simply cannot. But it's not just energy. The healthcare names in SCHD companies like AbbVie, Merck, and Bristol-Myers Squibb are showing real strength. These are companies with massive free cash flow generation, resilient dividend histories, and products that people need regardless of what the economy is doing. When investors get nervous about AI monetization timelines and software revenue compression, they don't flee into speculative growth. They move into names exactly like these. And it's not just traditional investors making this shift. This week alone, tech stocks went into what Fortune magazine called a free fall after Palantir's CEO essentially told the market that AI is so good now. It could make entire categories of software companies irrelevant. That sent a shockwave through the sector. When the people building AI are warning about disruption to other tech companies, and you start to understand why money is flowing toward cash-rich, dividend-paying, real economy businesses. Now, is this the start of a sustained comeback for SCHD, or just a temporary bounce? That's the million-dollar question, and honestly, nobody knows for certain. But there are some structural reasons to believe this rotation has legs. First, valuation. SCHD trades at a price-to-earnings ratio of about 16.8. The S&P 500? Sitting around 25 times earnings. That spread is enormous. In a world where investors are starting to question whether AI companies can justify their sky-high multiples, the relative cheapness of dividend payers becomes incredibly attractive. Second, the Fed. The Federal Reserve is expected to continue cutting rates through 2026, with projections pointing toward a 3% federal funds rate by year-end. Lower rates historically benefit the types of companies SCHD holds: energy firms with capital-intensive projects, industrial companies with expansion plans, and consumer staples businesses that benefit from increased consumer spending power. Third, and this is crucial, SCHD rebalances every March. The 2025 reconstitution added 20 new stocks and removed 17. It increased energy exposure, brought in more healthcare names, and reduced financial sector weight. The fund isn't static. It adapts. And the March 2026 rebalance could further optimize the portfolio for current market conditions. Now let me be clear about the risks. SCHD has historically lagged during strong bull markets driven by growth stocks. In 2025, the fund returned only about 4.3%, while the S&P 500 delivered roughly 26%. If tech stages a massive comeback, SCHD will likely underperform again. The fund also has relatively low technology exposure, which means if AI truly does transform the economy in the way bulls predict, SCHD holders may miss some of that upside. But here's what Harry realized and what a lot of long-term investors are starting to figure out. The best returns mean nothing if you panic sell at the worst possible time. In 2022, while growth investors were watching their portfolios drop 20, 30, even 50%, SCHD holders barely noticed. They collected their dividends, they slept at night, and they were positioned to compound when the dust settled. That psychological advantage is something that doesn't show up in a simple return comparison, but it might be the most valuable thing SCHD offers. And there's another layer to this that people overlook. SCHD's beta, which measures volatility relative to the broader market, sits at just 0.68. That means for every 1% move in the S&P 500, SCHD historically moves only about 0.7%. Lower volatility means fewer stomach-churning drops, fewer panic sells, and over the long run, fewer emotional mistakes that destroy wealth-building potential. Let me give you the numbers that really matter for anyone thinking about retirement planning or building passive income streams. Over the past 10 years, SCHD has delivered an annualized total return of roughly 12.7%. Its dividend has grown at a compound annual growth rate of over 10% during that stretch. That means if you invested and reinvested dividends, your income stream has been roughly doubling every 7 years. Here's a purely hypothetical illustration to show how the math could work. This is not a prediction or a guarantee of any kind. Say Harry puts $500 per month into SCHD for the next 20 years. If we plug in the historical 10-year annualized return of roughly 12.7%, which may be higher or lower going forward, the math suggests a portfolio worth approximately $400,000. And at today's yield, the annual dividend income from that hypothetical portfolio might be around $15,000 a year. That's the power of compound interest combined with dividend growth in a fund that costs practically nothing to own. So, what should you actually do with this information? Here's my framework if you're heavily concentrated in tech and growth stocks right now. SCHD could be an excellent portfolio diversification play. It gives you exposure to sectors and companies that tend to do well precisely when tech struggles. You don't have to sell everything and go all in. Even a 20 to 30% allocation to something like SCHD can dramatically smooth out your returns over time. If you're already holding SCHD and feeling vindicated right now, don't get overconfident. One good quarter doesn't erase 3 years of underperformance versus the S&P 500. Stay disciplined. Keep reinvesting those dividends. The real power of this fund shows up over decades, not months. And if you've been sitting on the sidelines waiting for the right time to start building your investment portfolio, look, there's never a perfect entry point, but buying a diversified basket of quality dividend payers at a PE of 16, while the broader market sits at 25? Historically, that's been a pretty good setup for wealth building over the following 5 to 10 years. The market is telling you something right now. After 3 years of tech dominance, the script is flipping. The ETF that everyone left for dead is alive and well and sitting at all-time highs. The question isn't whether SCHD deserves a place in your financial planning strategy. The question is whether you can afford to ignore it any longer. If you want to see which dividend ETFs could pair perfectly with SCHD to build a complete passive income portfolio, that video breaks it all down right here. And if this changed how you think about financial independence and dividend investing, drop a comment and let me know.